Okay, we're about to enter football season, and around here in the Tennessee Valley, that always means the beginning of something else that is a tradition, and that is the opening of the Saturday clinic at the Center for Sports Medicine. We're very happy this morning to be talking about that clinic opening this Saturday and what you can do if you're an athlete or even kind of a wannabe athlete and you find yourself with an acute injury, because their athletic trainers are there to help you get back in the game. We are very happy this morning to welcome Billy Wilson to the show. He's one of those certified athletic trainers. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
You're about to get very busy. No more sleeping in on a Saturday morning for you.
I'm telling you, it's late nights on Fridays.
So, I mean, this has been, in some ways, a service to the community that Center for Sports Medicine has done for a number of years now, both the McCauley Avenue and the Cleveland location, so that when those acute injuries happen, you've got staff there to help people.
Yes, ma'am. We start up this weekend, and we're going to run through November the 9th. And it's 9 o'clock on Saturday mornings, and we're there to get those injuries that happen late on a Friday night at a football game, or somebody that had a little recreational injury on a Thursday night or Friday night after work and said, hey, I thought I was okay, but I'm not now. So come in and see us on a Saturday morning. I'm
glad you clarified that, because it's not intended to be only for the high school athlete. You could have your 10-year-old riding their bike and they fall on a Friday afternoon, they can still come to you.
Right, absolutely. We have athletic trainers at a lot of our schools, and we're kind of the ones that facilitate the, hey, you don't need to see an emergency room, but come see us on a Saturday morning. But we are also there for those people that had the injuries and want to come in and get seen.
So talk about what an acute injury looks like. Does it have to have happened really within the last 48 hours, or could it be 2 weeks ago kind of thing?
Well, we're not looking at the 2 weeks really. Acute would be within those 2 or 3 day times, and we definitely are not looking at the my back has been hurting for a few months kind of thing. Our doctors would love to see those people, but those are the kinds that we just want you to call ahead and schedule so we can put you with the right physician for that purpose.
I think one of the great things, and you kind of touched on it just now with your answer about Center for Sports Medicine, is that you encompass so many different fields.
Yes.
So you're an athletic trainer, you have, of course, the orthopedist. Some of the doctors are non-surgical.
Right.
You really treat each patient for their need.
Absolutely. And sometimes we have general doctors that we get in and they'll see you in our urgent care clinic, and then they can lead you to the doctor that you need to be seen. So they'll say, okay, you have a back problem, we'll send you to a back guy or a knee the same way.
What kinds of things do you see typically, or is there a typical Saturday morning? Saturday
mornings, we typically see a lot of fractures, a lot of pains from mainly the football games and stuff like that. So, we're set up that we can do x-rays and see what's going on there. We can set you up with a boot and crutches and things like that if we need to do that. And then we can also get you on the schedule for MRIs later on and to follow up with one of our specialists.
I was about to say for these high schoolers, but the truth is it's for any kid that plays a sport.
Right.
Because they become semi-pro even in middle school. But there's a lot of money in a way on the line for these kids, so they've got to get healed the right way and quickly.
Right, absolutely. And there's a lot of pressure on some of these kids, and they feel like they need to perform. So getting seen early and by the right people and getting them on the right track just helps them to get back quicker and in the safest way possible.
So do the doctors, the orthopedists at Center for Sports Medicine, I'm guessing they rely on your knowledge though as an athletic trainer, because you have special knowledge in how to help these kids rebound, right?
We're kind of a jack of all trades at our schools. So, we are trained in the emergency management, so you will see us run out on the field on a Friday night, but we also do injury prevention, rehabilitation, a lot of head work with the kids when, they're having the emotions of an injury.
Sure. So how many schools, where will you be? How many different schools will you go to in the course of the season?
I work solely with Silverdale Baptist Academy. Go Seahawks.
Okay. But no partiality here.
But we have athletic trainers for the Center for Sports Medicine at 3 of our North Georgia schools. We have a couple in Cleveland, and then a few of our private schools here in Chattanooga.
But again, even though a lot of what you're going to see will be those high school students from the field, if you are, the 38-year-old dad that goofed up and got on a ladder when you shouldn't have, they can come to you too.
Absolutely, and sometimes those are the best stories out here on a Saturday morning.
What about inflammation? I've been told before that if you mentioned fractures are a big thing. So if you do have a fracture on a Friday night, what you see on that next day on Saturday is going to be a little bit different than how it would present even by Monday, right? Because that inflammation will reduce.
Right. So sometimes, it's better to get that x-ray early on.
Okay.
But you also want to get the x-ray early on just to make sure that it's not something more serious and you just let it go for a couple of days and it turns into something a little worse.
If you do not have insurance, can you do self-pay with y'all?
Yes,
Do you know?
we do have, and I can't remember the exact name for it, but we do have plans set up to where you can pay in advance for different packages and do that route.
It's kind of a first come, first serve walk-in thing on a
It
Saturday?
is, and it opens at 9 a.m. and there's not a set time for it to close. So if you're going to come, come at 9 o'clock, because if nobody shows up, then we won't stay as long as we would if we have 20 people show up.
Do you work as a team? I know you mentioned the athletic trainers are there, but is there also a physician on call?
Absolutely. So the physician is the one that runs the full clinic, and we have athletic trainers and MAs there to help facilitate the in and out. And we have x-ray techs there for the x-rays, and we have front desk to help get you set up with all the scheduling stuff. So we have a full crew on a Saturday morning.
If you've ever been to their Macaulay Avenue location, it's like a city in its own right. I mean,
Yes.
you walk in the door and it's like ground, what's the word I'm looking for? Control Central.
Right, triage right in the front, yeah.
So much going on.
And then you go take a left, you go to the doctors, take a right, you go to physical therapy, like we got it all.
And walk out the door back to your car and you're already feeling better.
Right.
So thank you, Billy.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks
I'll
for
let
having
you
me.
be the one to say go Seahawks.
Go Seahawks.
Okay, here's where you can find them, Center for Sports Medicine. So this Saturday, beginning at 9, running until
November the 9th.
people are gone, and then November 9th, Macaulay Avenue in Cleveland is the Saturday clinic. Of course, you can call them any day of the week for something that's going on with you that's a bit more chronic. Thanks so much.
Thank you.